All right, time to warm up. Let's get started with some ankle mobility. I'm gonna show you 3 drills that are really good to get the ankles moving right. And then we'll move on from there. So let's just get started. You're literally just gonna pick up your foot, and flex and extend 10 times. And then also do some circles, 10 circles in each direction. And this is just to get the blood flow going. 10, flexion and extension, circles. Ooh, this side's a little bit sticky. Might do an extra few. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we work a lot on stretching the calves and the back of the legs, but what about the front of the legs? So this one's good for opening up the front calf, and also will help open up the hip flexors and the quads. It does a really good job. It like instantly changes your mobility. Try it out. Do a squat, 5 or 6 squats. Do this exercise, and then go back to the squats. So much better. So I'm gonna roll onto my toe, my big toe, kind of stretch it out, go into the middle, stretch it out, using my body weight. Go to the pinky toe, again using the body weight to kind of lean into it. 5 or 6 pulses, then you switch sides. So middle, I want to do like 5 or 6. Big toe, the knee kind of goes out a little bit. 5 or 6 of those. And then pinky toe, 5 or 6 of those. And if you feel like it needs a little bit extra work, take your time. Breathe into it. Awesome. Shake it up. The next one, got this from Ido Portal. Shout out to him. You want to try and bring your feet in as close as comfortable. Toes facing forward. You're going to squat down all the way. And you're trying to keep your heels on the floor for as long as you can. And you kind of bring your knees to the ground. Obviously the heels come up. And then you're trying to, as soon as you can, press the heels back into the floor. So essentially what's happening here is you're rolling from the bottom of the squat into a kneeling position, trying to push into the ankles and really close this joint, this angle, as much as possible. So push into it as you roll back. Do 5 or 6. Actually, we're gonna do about 10 to 15 of these. Bring them a little bit closer so they're almost touching. It's a little bit more challenging. You roll forward, push back. Squat down, roll forward, push back. So that's a little bit too close, so I might go out a little bit wider. I'm gonna do 15, at least 10 to 15 of these. And the idea is you're not letting the arches of the foot collapse. They're not flattening out. You're not rolling into it like that. Making sure the knee is tracking right over the big toe. And pushing back, knees nice and level. Which puts us in a good position for the next exercise. A little bit of complex. But what you want to do is squat down. You walk into a plank. Downward dog. Elbow to instep. Then twist. Before you switch legs, go back into the downward dog. I'm going to walk my hands back, stand up, and repeat on the other side. So squat down, dog, elbow to instep, twist. Awesome. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going to do any more. We're going to do 3 to 5 of those on each side. Next exercise. So we do one more squat, get to the floor. We're in a kneeling position. You get your hands on your head, push your hands and your head together, creating some tension there. We're gonna do some lateral bends and some rotations. So I like to start with a twist, a rotation, rotation. And then before you do another rotation, you do a lateral bend. And then twist, twist, bend, bend. I'm thinking of elbows pointing to the wall beside me, other wall, getting the elbows in towards the hip, in towards the hip. So at least 5 of those in each direction, side to side. Awesome. Last thing we're gonna do is a lunge series. So we warmed up the ankles, the hips and knees with the squat, the full body with the, that downward dog and twist from the elbow to instep. Whole body's moving. Now we're gonna start getting the heart rate up. We're gonna do a lunge series. The way I like to do this is I have one foot on the floor and one foot that's stepping. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then a cross behind lunge. So reaching up, side lunge, reverse lunge, and then cross behind. Now switching to the stationary leg. I'm forward lunge, side, reverse, and then cross behind. So we're going to do that a few times. You can add different upper body motions. You can lift your arms up. You can kind of lunge and twist. You can try that, the lateral direction. Lunge and twist, lunge and twist. But always remember to kind of go in all 4 directions, forward, side, back, and the reverse lunge. And then add in upper body movement if you're feeling comfortable. So do 5 sets of that, 5 rounds of that, and that's your warm-up.